Thank you so much for joining me, 60-minute vinyasa class. As always, it is your body, it is your practice. Everything I say is a suggestion. Gonna get started in a comfortable seat. Place your right leg in front of your left. Stack your shoulders over your hips. Lift the crown of your head, finding a nice flat spine. You can place your hands on your lap if that's comfortable. You can close your eyes if that's comfortable. Come into your breath, taking big inhales through the nose. And full exhales through the nose or the mouth, your choice. Come into your body, notice how you're feeling. Be aware of any tight areas, any areas of tension. And come into your space, notice where you are on your mat, in the room you're in. Throughout class, keep the eyes open or closed. At any point, you might change whether they're open or closed. Give yourself what you need. Inhale the arms out to the sides, lift them to the sky, palms touch. Exhale the hands to the heart. Stay here for a big inhale through the nose. And a full exhale through the mouth. Let something go. Arms out to a T, inhale. Give yourself a hug, right arm on top. 2 more times, inhale. Exhale. Arms out to a T, chest forward. Right arm on top. Arms out and up. Hands to lap. Lift the chin, lift the chest, lift the gaze. Tuck the chin, round the spine. 2 more, just like that, cats and cows. Inhale, press into the sit bones, lift the arms. Exhale, right hand down, left arm up and over. I'm not going to mirror you here. 2 breaths here, inhale. Exhale, press into left sit bone, breathe into left side body. 1 more breath, inhale. Stay here, exhale. Press into sit bones, inhale, crown of head high. Twist to the right, exhale, left hand to right knee. Lift the crown of the head, inhale. Pull the lower belly back and up, exhale. Last breath here. Back to center, inhale, arms high. Seated forward fold, exhale, reach the arms out long in front of you, actively press into the sit bones. You can gaze at the navel, you can gaze at the hands. You can breathe into the lower back, you can breathe into the right hip. Gaze at the hands if you aren't already. Bring yourself to child's pose, however makes sense to you. Bring the feet back behind you, the knees wide. Have a seat on the hips, or excuse me, on the heels. One last breath here. Crawl the arms over to the right for a side body stretch. Keep the face cradled in between the arms and then tuck the chin under the right armpit and breathe into the left side body, pressing into the left sit bone. Crawl the arms over to the left for a side body stretch. Same thing here, cradle the face in between the arms, and this time tuck the chin under the left armpit. Breathe into the right side body and press into the right sit bone. Find yourself back at center, child's pose. Gaze at the hands, crawl the hands in toward the body, finding a seat. Bring the left leg in front of the right. Inhale the arms out and up. Exhale, seated forward fold, hinge at the hips. You can breathe into the left hip, you can breathe into the lower back. You can gaze at the navel, you can gaze at the hands. Bring the gaze to the hands. If it isn't already, crawl the hands in toward the body. Finding a seat, stacking shoulders over hips. Inhale the arms out and up. As you exhale, twist to the left. 2 full rounds of breath, finding length as you inhale. Deepening twist as you exhale. Inhale to come back to center and raise the arms to the sky. Exhale your left hand down, your right arm up and over. Pressing into the right sit bone, breathing into the right side body. On your inhale, press into the sit bones, lift the crown of the head. Bring the hands to the left, 3 rounds of cat and cow. Crown of head high, arms out to a T. Give yourself a hug, left arm on top. Tuck the chin, round the spine. 2 more times, inhale, chest forward. Give yourself a hug. 1 more time. Stack shoulders over hips, bring arms to the sky. Hands to heart, tuck chin, close eyes if you'd like. Take a moment here to say something kind to yourself. Breathing in through the nose. Breathing out through the nose or the mouth. Fluttering the eyes open if they aren't already. Bring yourself to the front of the mat if you aren't already. Come into boat pose, Navasana. The feet are hip width distance, the knees are bent. And then lift the calves parallel to the mat. Bring the arms up, shoulder height. Find a flat back as best you can. You are more than welcome to lower the feet. You are more than welcome to straighten the legs, and it's okay if you're shaking. Finding our first little bit of core work here. We'll be here for 6. Keep breathing through the nose and out through the nose or the mouth. We're here for 4. Keep lifting the chin, lifting the chest, lifting the gaze, pulling in the lower belly. We're here for 1. Beautiful. Cross the legs, plant the hands, step the feet back, lift the hips, downward facing dog. And take plenty of time here in your down dog to find some movement. Bend one knee at a time, shake your head, lift one hand, lower it down, lift the other hand, lower it down. That's how class is going to look today. We have about 6 little sequences, and everything we'll do it on one side, and then when we do it on the other side, we'll do it in reverse. Inhale your right leg high, 3-legged dog. Exhale, step your foot through. And plant the foot on the outside of the right hand with the heel in and the toes out, 45-degree angle. And then bring your left leg and plant it on the outside of the left hand. And then bring the hands to the heart. Widen the knees with the elbows. Find a flat spine. Find your breath. Where can you soften? Bring your hands in front of you, press into your feet, straighten your legs, lift your hips. Toe heel your feet directly below your hips. Slight bend in the knees. Hang the torso heavy on top of the lap. Relax the head and the neck. Letting the arms dangle, pressing into the feet. Inhale, roll up to standing. Lifting the shoulders up and back, letting the palms face forward and spreading the fingers wide. Play around with the stance if you need to. Inhale the arms out and up. Exhale the right arm down, the left arm over. Inhale, arms to the sky, press into both feet, lift crown of head. Exhale, left arm down, right arm over. Inhale, arms to the sky, press into the feet, lift the crown of the head. Exhale, cactus the arms, chest forward, hips forward, gaze high. Carefully inhale, bring yourself back to center. And exhale, hinge at the hips and fold, flat spine all the way down. Come up halfway as you inhale. Fold forward as you exhale. Step or hop your feet back, high plank. Shoulders over wrists, puff up the upper back. Stay here for a couple of breaths. Pull in the lower belly. Reach the heels back. Now when you feel ready for an exhale, lower down halfway or all the way, bend the elbows inward, feel them brush the rib cage. And on your next inhale, lift the chin, the chest, the gaze, upward facing dog or cobra. And as you exhale, downward facing dog, lift the hips. Pull in the lower belly. Find some movement, make some adjustments. Find your breath. Inhale, bend the knees and gaze at the hands. Exhale, hop or step, top of the mat, forward fold. Come up halfway as you inhale, reaching the shoulders back, gazes slightly down, and then fold, bend the knees. Press into the feet, come all the way up. Bring your hands to your heart. Raise your arms. Fold forward. Halfway lift. Forward fold. Hop or step. Make your way to downward facing dog. What does that mean for you in this moment? What do you need between here and there? Okay, same way we did for the first one. This time you'll bring your left foot on the outside of your left hand, heel in, toes out, and then your right foot on the outside of your right hand, hands to heart, elbows to knees, eyes open or closed. Then you'll place your hands in front of you, press into your feet, straighten your legs, lift your hips, toe heel your feet below your hips, press into your feet, raise your arms. And as you exhale, bring the right arm down, the left arm over. As you inhale, come back to center. As you exhale, bring your left arm down, your right arm over. Inhale back to center. Exhale, fold. Take your time. Halfway lift. Forward fold. High plank to down dog. 3 breaths here. Maybe you stay in down dog. Maybe you take a child's pose. From downward facing dog, inhale your right leg high, 3-legged dog. Exhale, step your foot through, low lunge. Plant the foot in between the hands this time. Give the left leg a lot of length back behind you. Make sure the right knee is protected. If you're still in child's pose, please stay there if you need to. Remember, it's your practice. Plant the left hand below the left shoulder, fingers wide. Inhale the right arm high, the gaze high, simple twist. Lift the belly from the thigh. Exhale, plant the right palm back down. Lower onto the left knee and inhale the arms high, Anjaneyasana. And then stay here, reach the right hip back, the left hip forward. Keep the shoulders stacked over the hips, pull the lower belly in. Find a firm foundation. On your next exhale, straighten the right leg, reaching the right hip back, lifting the right foot and flexing the toes, breathing into the hamstring. Come back to that right foot, planting and then stacking the knee and tucking the left toes and straightening the left leg. Nice work. And then hinge at the hips and raise the arms, high lunge. And then as you exhale, straighten the right leg, reach the arms back. As you inhale, bend the right knee, hinge at the hips, raise the arms once more. As you exhale, plant the palms, frame the foot. Take a quarter turn to the left, Prasarita, wide-legged forward fold. Widen the stance if you need to. Let the hips stack over the heels. Relax the head and the neck. Start to bend into the left knee, straightening the right leg, lifting the right foot. You can bring the hands to the heart for an extra challenge here if you'd like. Beautiful. Plant the hands if they aren't already. Take a quarter turn to the left. Low lunge. Now we're at the back of the mat with the left foot forward. Hinge at the hips. Raise the arms. High lunge. Straighten the left leg. Reach the arms back. Bend the left knee, hinge at the hips, raise the arms. Soften the shoulders, square the hips. Find that foundation. Plant the palms, framing the left foot. Lower onto the right knee, straighten the left leg, lift the left foot, flex the toes. Breathing into that hamstring. Plant the left foot, stack the left knee. Find a simple twist. Planting the right hand and lifting the left arm, lifting the gaze, lifting the belly from the thigh. Plant the left hand. 3-legged dog, left leg high. Downward facing dog. 3 rounds of breath. You can stay in down dog. You can take a child's pose. Inhale, left leg high. Exhale, step your foot through. Inhale, high crescent lunge. Exhale, straighten the left leg, reach the arms back. Inhale, bend the knee, raise the arms. Exhale, standing knee raise. We're here for a full round of breath. Find your balance. Bending into the left knee, bring the outside of the right ankle on top of the left thigh and sit a little deeper. We're here for one breath. Standing knee raise. High crescent lunge. Warrior two. Stay. Nice work, everyone. Pyramid, straighten the legs, let the toes point forward, raise the arms. Prasarita, hinge at the hips and fold. Stacking hips over heels, relaxing head, relaxing neck. Let the hands come below the face and inhale, come up halfway. Heels might lift, crown of head might reach forward. Exhale, fold. Bend into the right knee, straighten the left leg, lift the left foot. Extra challenge, bring the hands to the heart. Stay here for a full breath. Nice work. Place the hands on the mat, take a quarter turn to the right. Low lunge at the back of the mat, the right foot forward. High lunge. Warrior two. Nice work. Back to your high lunge. Standing knee raise. We'll be here for a full breath. Find your foundation. Bend the right knee. Bring the outside of the left ankle to the top of the right thigh. Sit a little deeper if you'd like. Stay with your breath. Standing knee raise. High crescent lunge. Straighten the right leg. Reach the arms back behind you. Bend the right knee. Raise the arms to the sky. Plant the palms. Bring the right foot. Low lunge. Three-legged dog. Lift the right leg high. Downward facing dog. We're here for 3 breaths. Give yourself what you need. Inhale, right leg high. Exhale, step your foot through. High crescent lunge. Reach the arms back, straighten the right leg. Bend the right knee, raise the arms. Standing knee raise. Bend the right knee, bring the left ankle to the top of the right thigh. Standing knee raise. Bring the left arm back, the right arm forward. Standing knee raise, bring yourself back to center, raise the arms. Warrior three. Standing half splits. Warrior three. Shiva squats, bend the right knee, bend the left knee, bring it behind the right knee. Warrior 3. Standing knee raise. Tadasana, plant the left foot, let it meet the right. Bring the arms long at the sides. Close the eyes if you'd like, keeping the fingers spread wide, adjusting the stance, finding your breath, finding your heartbeat, checking in. Fluttering the eyes open if they aren't already. Bending the right knee and bringing it in front of you, standing knee raise. Finding warrior 3, bringing the right leg back behind you. Taking a Shiva squats, bending both knees, the right knee comes behind the left. Warrior 3, straighten the right leg once more, crown of head reaching forward. Standing half splits, hands come to the mat or blocks or behind the left calf. Warrior 3, last time. Standing knee raise, bend the right knee, bring it in front of you in line with the right hip. Twist to the right, right arm back, left arm forward. Come back to center, use an inhale to get there. Bend the left knee, bring the right foot to the top of the left knee, hands might come to heart. Standing knee raise, inhale. High crescent lunge, no rush to get there. Be gentle. Stay here for the inhale. Straighten the left leg, reach the arms back behind you. Bend the left knee, reach the arms to the sky. Plant the palms, frame the left foot, low lunge. Lift the left leg high, three-legged dog. Downward facing dog. We're here for 3 breaths. Give yourself what you need. Inhale, left leg high. Exhale, foot outside of left hand, heel in, toes out. Right foot outside of right hand, heel in, toes out, hands at heart. Elbows to knees. Flat spine. Focus on breath. Place the hands in front of you, press into the feet, straighten the legs, lift the hips. Toe heel the feet below the hips. Inhale for chair, bend the knees, sink into the hips, raise the arms. Bring the weight into the heels. Pulling in the lower belly ever so slightly. Lifting the toes and wiggling them perhaps. Eagle the arms, bring the right arm underneath the left. Bring the right leg, wrap it around the left. Squeezing the arms together, lift the elbows. Squeezing the legs together, sit a little deeper. Unwind the arms, unwind the legs. Press into the feet, straighten the legs. Baby back bend if you'd like. Hands to heart. Left leg is the base for tree. Bring the right foot to the inside of the left leg. Wherever feels most comfortable for you, trying to avoid the knee as best you can. Hands wherever you'd like. Opening up the right knee, opening up the hips. Taking your time whenever you're ready, straightening the right leg, bringing it long out in front of you, maybe interlacing the hands, the bottom of the right foot. It's okay if the back is not flat. You may get there one day. Whew. Bringing yourself back to center, releasing the grip, bending the knee, hands at the top of the knee, pulling the leg in. Maybe finding some ankle rolls in that right foot. Okay, same thing in reverse. Right foot is going to meet left. Take a moment here for yourself. Then bring all of your weight into the right leg. Bend the left knee and bring it in. Stay with the breath. And then straighten the left leg, bringing it long out in front of you. Maybe the hands interlace at the bottom of the left foot. Maybe there's a micro bend in the right knee. And taking your time, our next pose is tree with the left leg on the inside of the right leg. And as you press the right leg into the left foot and press the left foot into the right leg, that'll let you grow a little bit taller. That'll assist you with your balance. And then you'll let your left foot meet your right for Tadasana. Shake the legs out if you need to. You'll raise your arms toward the sky and find a baby back bend if that would feel nice for you. Then you'll bring your hands to your heart. You'll bend your knees, sink into your hips, and raise your arms for chair. And then the left arm will wrap underneath the right, and the left leg will wrap around the right. Honoring where you are at today. Squeezing arms, squeezing legs. And maybe this side is a little easier, maybe this side is a little harder. Just being okay with wherever you are. And taking your time to unwind and finding chair one last time. And pressing into your feet, straightening your legs, and taking one last baby back bend if you'd like. Bringing the hands to the heart. And folding forward. And finding a halfway lift. And a forward fold. Bending the knees and taking a seat behind the heels. Planting the feet hip width distance. Finding boat pose Navasana a second time. We'll do it for 3 times total in class today. Lifting the calves parallel to mat, bringing the arms up shoulder height. You're welcome to plant the feet. You're welcome to straighten the legs. It's okay if you're shaking. We're here for 6 breaths. Lift the crown of the head. Lift the chin. Lift the corners of the mouth. Lift the chest. We're here for 2 more breaths. And bring the hands underneath the knees and rock and roll on the length of the spine. We're going to find ourselves lying on our back. A little bit of core work. When you're ready, plant your feet, bending your knees. Bring your hands behind your head, interlace your fingers. Let your elbows come nice and wide, so wide that you cannot see the elbows from the corners of the eyes. Press into the lower back, pull in the lower belly. Take a big inhale here. As you exhale, lift the upper body. As you inhale, lower. As you exhale, lift. Keep moving with this at your own pace. Probably the slower you go, the more of a challenge it is, but maybe not. Give yourself what you need. Listen to your body. Keep pressing into the feet, keeping the knees hip-width distance, keeping the elbows super wide. Exhaling to lift, inhaling to lower. And then in your own time, bringing yourself back down. Straighten your legs long out in front of you. Bring your arms high above the head. Lightly tap the calves on the mat. Give yourself a little release. Bend the knees, plant the feet. Bring the hands behind the head. Interlace the hands. And then lift the knees and bring them parallel to the hips. Let the calves be parallel to the mat, that is. Knees stack over hips. Flex the toes toward the face, press into the lower back, pull in the lower belly. Inhale here. Listen, exhale to lift and stay. Inhale here. Exhale to straighten left leg, bring left elbow to right knee. Inhale to center. Exhale, straighten right leg, bring right elbow to left knee. Keep moving at your own pace. Inhale, center. Exhale, twist. And you're bringing your elbow to your knee, not the other way around. So it is quite all right if they do not make contact. Inhale to center. Exhale to twist. If you'd like an extra challenge, lightly let the heel tap on the mat each time you extend the leg long. Inhale, center. Exhale, twist. When you feel ready, slowly bring yourself back down onto the mat. Arms high above head, legs long out in front of you. Lightly tap the calves on the mat. Bring the knees in and the hands underneath the knees. Rock and roll along the length of the spine as many times as you would like. Cross the ankles, plant the hands, step or hop, high plank. We'll be in this high plank for a little while. Our last little bit of core work. Shoulders over wrists, pull in lower belly. Crown of head reaching forward, heels reaching back. Take a full inhale. As you exhale, slowly lower all the way onto your belly. Bend the elbows inward. Feel them brush the rib cage. Come on to the tops of the feet. Let the big toes touch and let the heels fall away from each other. Bring the arms long at the sides. Let the palms face up. Come on to the right ear. Close the eyes. Take 3 breaths. Come on to the left ear. Close the eyes. Take 3 breaths. Come onto the forehead. Lift the gaze forward. Bring the arms in front of you. Forearms to the mat. Place one hand on top of the other. You're gonna come into half frog. Bend the left knee and bring it in line with the left hip. Let the left calf come parallel to the mat. Flex the left toes. I don't think you can see me. This is my leg here. Okay, half frog. You can keep the arms where they are and rest the forehead on top of the hands. Or you can plant the hands below the shoulders and come into a baby cobra. Or you can press into those hands, straighten the arms, and come into an upward facing dog in the upper body and a half frog in the lower body. Be gentle with this. Maybe this feels super good, or maybe it feels a little too intense, so be mindful. Lifting the chest, reaching it forward. Breathing into that right hip, perhaps. If you are up in an upward facing dog or a baby cobra, Carefully lower yourself back down. Remembering that it's your practice, so if you want to stay here longer, you're welcome to. Do the same thing on the other side. Straighten the left leg, bring it long back behind you, bend the right knee. Bring that in line with the right hip. The right calf is parallel to the mat, flex the right toes. And maybe you rest the forehead on the hands. Or maybe the hands come below the shoulders, you press into them for a baby cobra or an upward facing dog. Feel free to adjust anything you need to adjust. Make sure this feels comfortable for you. In your own time, carefully bring yourself out of this pose. Straighten the right leg long back behind you, let it meet the left. Forearms parallel to mat, one hand on top of the other, forehead on hands. Bend the knees, windshield wiper the legs, giving the lower back a little release. In your own time, downward facing dog, plant the hands, tuck the toes, lift the hips, shake the head, pedal out the dog. One last little flow, doing one thing on one side and then the same exact thing on the other side in reverse. And then we will join Anne and find our final resting pose. Inhale, right leg high. Exhale, step your foot through outside the right hand. Come into a runner's lunge. Give the left leg a lot of length back behind you. Lower onto the top of the left knee and untuck the left toes. I'm just here for about 6 breaths. You can stay on the hands. You can come onto the forearms. You can keep the right foot planted, or you can lift the inner arch, sending the right knee further away from you. And taking your time to tuck the left toes and lift the left leg ever so slightly. We're going to take a quarter turn to the left and find Prasarita, wide-legged forward fold. Hinging at the hips, relaxing the head and neck. Bending into the left knee, straightening the right leg. Maybe the hands come to the heart for an extra challenge. Planting the hands, taking another quarter turn to the left. Finding low lunge at the back of the mat. We're going to come into half pigeon. Toe heel the left foot to the right hand and the left knee to the left hand. Extend the right leg long back behind you. Make the adjustments that you need to make to set yourself up for a successful half pigeon. Inhale, crown of head high. Exhale, hinging at hips and folding. When you feel ready, carefully crawling the hands back in toward the body, bringing yourself upright, shifting onto your left hip, and bringing your right leg long out in front of you. The left foot comes to the inside of the right leg. Square the body off with that right leg. Inhale first, find length. And exhale, hinge. Flexing the right toes toward the face and reaching the right heel forward and the right hip back. Placing the hands wherever you would like. In your own time, we're going to do that same sequence on the other side in reverse. So crawl the hands back in toward the body. Bring the left leg long out to the side and the right foot to the inside of the left leg. Square the body off with that left leg. Grow tall with an inhale. Hinge at the hips with an exhale. Left toes toward face. Left heel out in front of you. Left hip reaching back. In your own time, crawl the hands in toward the body, lift the crown of the head, and then bring that left leg long back behind you and find half pigeon with the right knee at the right wrist and the right foot at the left wrist. Folding forward when you're ready. In your own time, crawl the hands in toward the body, bring yourself upright. Tuck the left toes, lifting the left leg ever so slightly. And then we're going to plant the right foot for a low lunge. And then take a quarter turn to the left, straightening the right leg, bending the left knee, flexing right toes, maybe hands at heart. Plant the hands in front of you, Prasarita. Quarter turn to the left. Low lunge at the back of the mat. Toe heel that left foot to the outer edge of the mat. Prepare yourself for a runner's lunge. Left heel in, left toes out. Right leg long and then lower onto the right knee, top of the right foot. Stay on the hands or slowly come onto the forearms. Keep the left foot planted or lift the inner arch. When you feel ready, you'll bring yourself out of the runner's lunge. You'll bring your right foot to the outside of your right hand. You'll find your last Navasana squat of today's practice. You'll slowly lower on to your sit bones and find your last boat pose Navasana. You'll carefully bring yourself to lying on your back. Everything I say is a suggestion. Legs long out in front of you, arms high above head. Give yourself a full body stretch. Bring your knees in. Plant your hands on your knees. Give yourself a squeeze. Bring your arms out into a cactus. Stack your knees over your hips. Let your calves come parallel to the mat. Press into your lower back. Inhale. Knees fall to the left. Exhale. Maybe the right ear falls to the mat. Maybe the right leg straightens and the left hand grips the right ankle. When you're ready, back of head to mat, knees to center. Take a moment to adjust if you need to. As you exhale, knees fall to the right. Where can you soften? Where can you let go? If there are any last poses you would like to take, please feel free to take them. If you are ready for your final resting pose, maybe you give yourself one last squeeze. Maybe you take one last full body stretch. Bring yourself to the most comfortable position you can find. This is the most important part of your practice. Remove the crease from your forehead. Please stay in your final resting pose as long as you would like. If you're ready to end your practice and move on with your day, and you'd like to find a seat, start to deepen your breath. Come into some tiny micro movements in the body. Suggestion to roll over onto one side using an arm as a pillow. With eyes closed or open, press yourself up into a seat. Place your hands wherever feels best for you. And take a moment to come back to those kind words that you said to yourself at the beginning of class. If you didn't say anything then, maybe you'd like to say something now. The teacher, the student, the light in me honors. The teacher, the student, the light in you. Thank you for practicing with me. Have a lovely day.